Hi, I'm Dr. Chethan, a plastic surgeon. How to create content, what are the technicalities involved, and how to post it. This is something every doctor needs to do nowadays. One, it might be for educational reasons or it might be marketing. So, without going into our requirements, let's straight away jump into the technicals of doing one by ourselves and getting professional help. So, I have with me Mr. Keerthan Bhat. Let Sir please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Keerthan Bhat. I run a studio called Kaivalya Media and we create content advertisements for healthcare professionals.
So the first question for you: content is everywhere in medicine now. Every doctor is being asked to post. What does the client, a doctor, come and ask for? What are the services?
A doctor wants to show what he has done because everyone wants to show. It's the same for doctors. The most basic thing is the before after or how it was before to show that the testimonials, the patient testimonials, that's the most basic. Coming to advanced content, we can show something like talking about a particular thing. For example, in plastic surgery, in aesthetic surgery, we can talk about rhinoplasty. We can talk how rhinoplasty fixes breathing, something like that, something particular. Doctor wants to show what he is good at and basically wants to show himself to the world.
So what does a basic setup look and how does a professional setup look?
The most basic setup what we see today is a phone, a normal mic and a ring light. Anybody can create content with that. You want to start, I would actually suggest you to start that way so that you get comfortable in front of the camera. How we come in is, we come in to make the content more professional. We have cameras, light, more than the tools for the shoot. We know how to set up it, how to use it, how to make it more cinematic. We help in that.
So can we look into the DIY aspect? So what is the technical depth a doctor, a surgeon themselves need to have if they are making a DIY setup? Because you told let them also try.
A doctor needs to understand just the basic framing if they know. For example, the center of the frame. As now what we can see on the camera, I am in the center of the frame. A little bit of light on the face. All that is important because I have seen some of the people who just randomly sit anywhere, don't put light on their face and start recording. It doesn't work like that. People need to see you clearly.
It's not just about the setup, right? It can be a very good mobile phone camera, a ring light, and you said just a mic, right? These most people can do things by themselves. So where do they draw the line? I think is editing. So you recorded yourself and you took some retakes and you have to sit on several softwares, and then there are technical things even in the softwares, right? Can you please tell us about what happens in the softwares and what are the options the softwares give with respect to the platforms where we are going to put up these videos?
Yes, you're right, sir. The main difference also comes when you are editing. We should know where to cut and how to cut because while talking, if some of the words we repeat, we shouldn't just keep it like that. We need to cut it. And again, the memes, animations, the transitions, all those things we understand where it is difficult for a new person who is trying to create content. Again, when it comes to posting, we have a lot of platforms these days: Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Reddit, a lot of places. Instagram wants you videos in 1080 into 1920, whereas in YouTube it's the opposite, 1920 into 1080. Again, when it comes to Reddit, it's different. When it comes to Instagram post, it is different, 1080 into 1350. All this, it is very difficult to remember. We can't just keep searching or re-editing the whole thing again, but we understand that and we prepare for that initially itself before the shoot.
So even with the AI apps, we really can't be platform agnostic.
AI apps definitely help. Once we upload only, we will understand whether it is correct or not. Before that, if we have the knowledge of the technicalities, then only we will understand. Else, while uploading only, so it'll be a waste of time if it doesn't come properly.
So let's get into what's a professional setup.
Professional setup in the sense we use these Godox lights. These are softbox. If we use a normal ring light, again the skin looks harsh. We use these lights to make it look softer and more natural. When it comes to cameras, we use high resolution 4K cameras, which gives way better output when compared to phones. Mics, crispier audio is very important than crispier video, because if the video quality is slow, the content will work, but if the audio quality is slow, people tend to skip it. So that's why mic also plays a very important role. These are some of the tools which for to create better content.
So, can you tell us about setting up a studio, the lighting, soundproofing, and any other things a person needs to know if they want to do everything themselves versus that they're already available in a professional setup?
As you can see, this is a soundproof studio. Why a soundproof studio matters? While recording, for example, you are recording for 45 minutes, 1 hour. You don't want to hear vehicle sounds or people talking from the outside, no disturbance. You don't want that. So that's why soundproofing is important. Again, once soundproofing is done, there will be no light intake inside the studio, which is where these lights again play a vital role, because there is no other lights. AC, there is no ventilation, so we need AC, and the positioning of the AC also matters, because people are sitting here for hours and they don't want to get uncomfortable.
So, can you tell us more about how to keep the person in perspective and placement of the camera, tripod, height, and such requirements if they are going to try a DIY?
If you want to set up, here's a small tip: keep the tripod or whatever stand you are using to the eye level. Eye level, the camera and your eyes should be in the same level. It will create a better effect rather than like this or like this. Why? This creates perspectives. This is for a build up shot, we use like this for a build up shot, and this type of camera angles we show when we want to show someone down. So that's why eye level is important. Again, if we see here, we are talking to each other and not looking straight. This creates more comfortableness rather than looking at the camera, and we generally tend to fumble when looking at the camera.
People need to know all these things can't be just created, paid money for, and get all these services. So, what are all the services we can get from someone who's a professional content creator, starting from the recording to editing, post production, and putting it on the marketing aspect? So, it's not again one man game. As I said, that you do have a team. So, what are all the components of the team?
Our team handles everything from scripting stage to the place where lead is generated for you. We have a writing team, discuss the topics and research about the topics what you have to speak. They write the script for it. After that, we have the camera team who will come to your place or who will come to our studio and shoot. We have the post production team where they do the all the editing works, thumbnail works, all those things. After that, for distribution, we have our digital marketers. So end to end is covered. Our digital team handles all your social media, from releases, reading about the comments, all those things our digital team handles. They also handle your website, right from landing page to a full-fledged website, right from domain purchase to hosting the website. So they handle everything, the website team. The content what you have created goes on all the platforms, like your website, social media, all those places. Everything is interlinked. We also give a chatbot for your website, which helps the customer or patient take general questions. General questions all will be answered by the chatbot. So by the time they reach the real person in your hospital or clinic, they'll already be a streamlined patient. Content and social media and website helps you to convert the patient easier.
Is there any project which you're doing right now? And provided there are no medical images or private things that cannot be put up, can we run through a simulation or a project that you're doing?
Let me show you a AI short film which we have made for a particular client.
So let us talk to him in this last segment about what is the time saved and what is the value created by saving that time and seeking professional help. And does it cost a lot?
I would suggest you to try first. Once you get the taste of it, you want to make more content. So that will eventually help us create good content for you. Why I would suggest taking professional help is because you are already busy. You are a very busy doctor. You don't want to get into the part where you need to think about what to release next, how to release next. or the renewal dates of the website, hosting, what the people are telling, what thinking about the comments, especially the negative comments. Any business will get negative comments as well as positive comments. So I would definitely suggest a good digital marketing team to handle that comments. When it comes to cost, it definitely costs. It is affordable, and we try to create a package which suits what you want. So it is a win-win for both you and us.
So doctors have one more question because you handle marketing. How often they need to put content or what is this?
Consistency is a very big it comes to content. I would definitely suggest around 2 to 3 reels per week, or if you are doing podcasts, around weekly one episode, something like that, because social media likes consistency. Once you start posting, you need to keep posting. If you take a break, all the algorithm will be messed up again. You need to restart. We also help you to post ads. We use the right keywords for it, and we set it up based on your procedure, your practice, so it helps reach the right patient who needs it.
Also, it is the need of the hour. Everyone needs to showcase the work. Now, don't you think we fall into a trap of being in the same loop of creating content regularly and posting regularly than do our actual work practice?
Posting regularly is necessary, but you can repurpose the content which you have already shot.
Talking of procedures, the most important thing, there are ethical and legal aspects to it. So, a doctor should read up everything and then start the content.
We have a team who manage all the legal stuff. They look at the script before going to the doctor, and again after the shoot is done, they sit with the doctor. They discuss whether this is okay, this is not okay, and we'll be ready to reshoot it if it is not compliant with the medical laws, and we will be ready to fix it.
There is a real bias when it comes to patients looking at the content you have created. They think grainy content, poor quality of the video, poor editing, and poor voice go with poor service. Unfortunately, that is not true. That's a reality that the trust doesn't get built without the content also having a very good professional quality. Your thoughts?
I would say that is today's truth, and we have to create good content.
So there is no shying away from that. The medical practice, surgical practice also has to be good.
Right.
So should the content.
Right, because if there is good content, we know that you are very good with the medical part, you will be good with the content part also.
Thank you very much, Mr. Keerthan. You were very patient in taking all our questions and giving us an overview. I think doctors should not juggle too many things. They should stick to what they're good at and leave the rest to specialists. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to show the studio, the post production process, and my team. I hope you got to know the complete know how of the content creation, the marketing, and the distribution. Thank you.